Hey guys, Ed from Paranormal Link, Ohio here, back at it again with another podcast episode. Tonight's podcast episode is going to be a good one, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. Again, I do my research online and through books and the library. We're going to talk about the Surrency House. So we're going to just start out and get right to it. One of the most famous ghost stories in the history of the South dates back to the early 1870s in the town of Surrency, a small hamlet located about 60 miles southwest of Savannah, Georgia. That place was possessed by something evil. That was the opinion of such a Herschel Tillman when he recalled this many visits to the home of Alan Powell Surrency when he was a boy in the early 1870s, and interestingly, he was just one of the thousands of witnesses to the strange and sometimes violent paranormal activity that plagued that home. In any case, Alan Powell Surrency, a sawmill operator and founder of the town, built his family in a large two-story farmhouse near the railroad tracks. But not long after moving it, and when returning home from a trip to Hazelhurst in October of 1872, it became horrifyingly apparent to the family that they were not alone in the house. Strange things started to happen, and before long the family realized their house was nothing more than a den of angry, restless spirits. In a letter he wrote to the Savannah Morning News, Surrency himself said, "A few minutes after my arrival, I saw the glass tumblers begin to slide off the slab, and the crockery to fall upon the floor and break. The books began to tumble from their shelves to the floor, while brickbats, billets of wood, smoothing irons, biscuits, potatoes, tin pans, water buckets, pitchers, etc., began to fall in different parts of my house. There have been many other strange occurrences about my house. These facts can be established by 75 or 100 witnesses. It was a violent haunting witnessed by every member of the family. No one was spared the rage of the ghost, or ghosts, that inhabited the house. Windows slammed shut, doors opened and closed, and the clock on the wall spun wildly. Silverware flew from the drawers, along with pots, pans, and anything else lying around the house. Wailing voices and angry screams pierced the night while the family tried in vain to sleep. Boots worn by invisible feet walked down the darkened hallway. Outside the bedrooms, on the face of it, it sounded as if Surrency's house might have suffered an earthquake. In fact, that theory has been offered to explain the phenomena at the house. Even if that explanation does not hold up, the strange activity lasted weeks, even years off and on. The Surrency house was the only one affected, and an earthquake, improbable. What makes the Surrency haunting so unique is that it was one of the most verified ghost stories in American history. Word traveled across the country about the small town and its haunted house, and visitors came from all over, even from England and Canada, to witness the haunting in person. Interestingly, few were disappointed because apparently the Surrency ghosts were anything but shy. The haunting went on for several years until one night, after his son was chased down the hall by a floating ghost with unseen hands, Alan decided enough was enough and was going to move his family out of the house. The night after, he saw what appeared to be two piercing red eyes from a shadow. But the ghosts followed the family also to their new home. Strangely enough, the haunting ended when Alan Surrency died in 1877. Were the ghosts finally satisfied that they had their man, or was it a coincidence? In any case, unverified rumors spread that Alan had dabbling in the dark religion or had committed some other heinous sin that warranted the haunting. No one knows for sure. Today, few people talk of the Surrency ghosts anymore. All the witnesses to the haunting have long since passed, and the story has almost been lost to time. Some, however, say it continues to this day around the town of Surrency. In fact, there is a famous ghost light there, a bright yellow ball of light that appears along the railroad tracks. In any case, the town is still there, located where highways 341 and 121 cross, but Alan's house is long gone. It burned down to the ground in 1925. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's episode. I love researching haunted houses. It's it's one of my favorites. I love going to haunted houses and investigating them. I don't know what it is. It's just one of my favorite things are haunted homes, anything like that. So I saw the stuff about the Surrency House. Someone had gave me an idea for it, and I looked up and did all the research, guys, and I read my notes that I found from the internet and books, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I thank you guys oh so very much for all the love and support that you give Paranormal Inc. Ohio. You can go to paranormalincohio.com. There you can check out some of our old ghost stories and ghost hunts. You can look at our crystals, our sage bundles, and our jewelry we have for sale. Paranormal Inc. Ohio group is also on Facebook. We talk about paranormal and anything of the paranormal nature. You can go to TikTok where you can see some more videos of investigations. You can also check us out on YouTube, Paranormal Inc. Ohio, where you can check out some more ghost stories that were live and live podcasts. You can also check us out live on Facebook as well, every Friday night at 10 p.m. for Fear Friday. And of course, you can check us out on all podcast venues, formats out there on the Paranormal Inc. Ohio podcast. Thank you guys oh so very much. I hope you have a great day, and you will hear from me tomorrow. Bye, everyone.